40, 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Love, 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 40. 40, 40, 40, 40. Love, 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 40. And this is Selects.me. Well, I'm not the .me. This is me, and I'm Selects. You can find me at Selects.me. And when you go to Selects.me, there's going to be other stuff there, too. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Like and share. Share and share and like. Or like. Well, since you're only one person, I guess you can only like it once, but if you share it, somebody else can like it too. Yeah. Please. I'm not going to beg, but share them. Share them. Watch these videos in succession. I mean, this is 40. This is love, 40, and there's 1 and a 2, and there's, that's kind of a reason why I've been numbering them. I've been numbering them forward to a reason. Well, so where are we going to start? Here. Where we're going to start here, and that's just, pretty much about the big, the things that we've been talking about, the steps that you're making and you're taking in your life to be able to change and direct yourself in another area so that you can improve yourself. Because you're the most important thing. Because if you can't be a good service and love to others, I guess. Is that how we're going to say it? Okay, well, thank you. You can't be a good service and a love to others if you're not being a good service and loving yourself. And you want to know something? I think when people say, for instance, say, when they say, love your neighbor as yourself, and you stop and think about that. But you know what? And I'd have to pretty much admit it. For me, when you hear that, love your neighbor as yourself, and you think, oh, love yourself, and that one just goes right over your head. Right over your head. It just goes right over your head. And because you think about loving yourself, no, that's not it. Appreciating yourself, taking good care of yourself, giving yourself good nutrition, giving yourself good food, giving yourself enough sleep, treating yourself to things that you're depriving yourself from. We're all human beings. We all are human beings, and, there's lots of examples of stuff going on out there where people can do stuff for you. I mean, you know better than I know you because you know you better. You know yourself better. You know yourself better than I know you. I mean, that's very simple, huh? So those things, you inherently, the things that you can do for you to better yourself. And one of the things I talked about in our last, letting go of a habit that's not doing you any good. It's not nurturing yourself. It's not supporting you. It's not making you feel good about yourself. It's not doing anything but just keeping you down. Down. Keeping you down. A lot of these things that we do in our life are things that are just keeping us down. For me, calling myself names, whatever, somehow that's going to, it has in the past, but it's not very good. It's not very good to sit there and say that, that I'm this or I'm that. And if I don't do this or that, then I'm this or that, It doesn't create an environment for change, It just pushes me in the moment, right? It just pushes me in the moment, but it's not giving the kind of sustaining action to be able to change me for the long term. Because if we're going to, changing ourselves long term, and I start thinking about this, and I start thinking, well, who's going to listen to these children? I don't know what age could even listen to these videos and think about their own lives and their own self, and what they can do, to realize, because, like us, the world, and I will say this, I'll say the world serves up mostly rejection, and we'll call the world everything that's outside of you, right? Everything that's outside of you. And unfortunately, sometimes, who's outside of you? I mean, as a child, as a teenager, as a adolescent, whatever, what's immediately in your house people that are outside of you? I mean, we talk about inside, that's your spirit, everything that's inside of you. Outside of you, who are the people that are directly outside of you? Your parents, right? And, we're all humanity. We can't sit there and point the finger and blame others for what they're not doing. Because, for me, for example, I didn't get a lot of the things that I should have gotten from my parents. And I'll be honest, it took me a long time to get over those kinds of things because I needed to learn the truth. I needed to learn the truth about it. And when I came to the realization of the truth in that is that, for instance, my parents didn't give me some of the things that I needed because they didn't know how. And you want to know the reason why they didn't know how is because their parents didn't show them to give it to them too, so that they knew how, so that they could show me, right? So they didn't let's just say encouragement and support, okay? And, that one's a pretty huge one in my life. Pretty common across the board with most other people out there too, and that's the fact that you didn't get support and encouragement because, like my parents, I didn't get that support and encouragement, but I know for sure that my parents didn't get support and encouragement from their parents either. Okay, so they didn't know how to give support and encouragement. That doesn't take away the reality of the fact that people are responsible for their own behavior and the things that they do. But I could tell you this, there's a lot of things in my life that for some reason I've been very sensitive to, so that I could take in the experience and so that I could share the word, share the word of all of this. So I can, guarantee on the flip side of that, when I have my own children, realized how important it was. And, I could get into a big, long story there about the results of what that'll do for a child. Okay, so, but that doesn't change the fact of where, I don't care who you are and how you are or where you're sitting or where you're watching, if you're on the phone or if you're on your computer, whatever you are, it doesn't take away the fact of where you're at right now. Whether you're a child, whether you're a teenager, whether you're an adolescent, whether you're a young adult or an older adult, it doesn't take away the fact of where you are right now. Or the fact that maybe you haven't gotten the support and the support and encouragement that you've needed either. So that's really the core right there of the importance of how much it's critical that you are taking care of yourself and that you're appreciating yourself and that you're doing stuff for yourself to help nurture yourself. Because what did I say? What did I say? What did I tell you? The world serves up rejection most of the time. And when I say the world, I don't mean to say the globe. I'm just going to say everything that's outside of you directly, for the most part, I'd say probably on a statistical number, that the majority of, no matter who you are, what you're getting directly outside of you is some sort of level of rejection. And while that's not cool, and it's not cool at all, it just goes to show you how important that, it's okay about who you are. Nobody else on the outside defines you, but you got to understand that the number, you got to take care of number one. You got to take care of number one, and number one is who? You. yeah, number one is you. Yeah.